head coach of the Golden State Warriors, now 35-23, got roughed up last night against the Bulls. Mark Jackson, who joins us now on the program. How do you feel after a loss like that in the locker room?
Well, thanks for having me, first of all. But afterwards in the locker room, you're a little upset, a little down, trying to think what could have taken place to turn it around. But having played in this league and covered this league and now coaching this league, there's going to be nights like that. You automatically begin to think, okay, we got to make sure that one loss, one bad outing does not turn into a second and a third. So you got to find a way to make sure you stop the bleeding as a coach.
Did you yell?
And as a player. I'm not a yeller. I hold guys accountable. I believe that you talk to guys. I believe that there's times when you raise your voice. But as a player, we understood when we didn't do the job. We understood when we played bad individually and collectively. So I think you got to pick and choose your spots, because there comes a point where your voice can become stale.
I was curious what your take is on this, that, gun laws with guys having guns, what happened with Raymond Felton. And I know we're still getting details here, but just the number of players that have guns on your team. Do you have a policy? Do you even know that information?
Well, I don't know that information as far as how many guys have a gun. I'm sure our player development people, our front office people, within meetings probably polled the guys and asked questions like that. The NBA does a great job of meeting the guys before the season and during the season and talking about various different topics, so guys are aware of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. It's just a sad story and what has taken place with Raymond Felton in his situation, but certainly praying for the best outcome.
But tell me this, though, Mark, and obviously we grew up in different backgrounds, different races, but understanding why guys feel the need to carry a gun.
I don't understand it, especially going around town. I understand if a guy is at home, want to protect himself, want to make sure people know where he lives and all of those things. Okay, you want to own a gun, do it the correct way. But if you are going places out in public where you feel like you need a gun, you shouldn't be going to those places.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that's puzzling to me. I've never gone places where I felt I got to carry a gun because, okay, what happens if you're in a situation where you got to use it? It's unfortunate, and you don't want to put yourself in that position. If it comes to that point, then have security. If you think that you're that important or you're in danger, then have a security guard travel with you that's qualified and a professional as far as handling those situations.
He's Mark Jackson, Golden State Warriors head coach, joining us. Dan Patrick Show. Jason Collins back in the NBA. And given your religious beliefs of looking at somebody, can you separate, your belief in the Bible and looking at, somebody who's a gay basketball player? Does that, affect you, factor in any way?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a pastor. I have my beliefs as a pastor and as a believer, and that's not going to change. I love Jason Collins, and I think this is a basketball story. I think we're doing a poor job as society making it something that it's not. I'm happy for him. Wish him nothing but the best, but it's a basketball story. And I think when you listen to what he's saying, when you listen to what Jason Kidd or the Nets are saying, when you listen to the commissioner, when you listen to our own president and Rick Welch, they say, hey, it's a basketball story. When we get closer to the point where we're celebrating that a guy made it back to the league, then we're making movement.
Well, I just want to know if he can play. It's like Michael Sam at Missouri. I think his biggest challenge is going to be to prove he can play in the NFL. Now, others may see it differently, but I think we're tolerant if you are in a team concept where you understand that guy helps me, and he can play. So I don't know. Maybe I'm naive with it, but I just want to know if you can play. Let's start there.
And I totally agree with you. That's why I'm saying it's a basketball story or a football story. If a guy can get it done on the floor, then that's the story. I don't think it's any other story. Are you good enough to play on this level? And the Nets, think that Jason Collins is, and they went after him, and he's now a member of the Brooklyn Nets. More power to him. I think that's the story.
You guys got Steve Blake. Kobe was not happy. You surprised at his reaction?
Not really surprised. Kobe is a guy that's a all-time great and a great competitor. And what he lost in Steve Blake was a guy that's a heck of a teammate, a high-character person, and a tremendous competitor. And when you're talking about turning things around as a team, as an organization, one thing as a player you don't understand sometimes is getting rid of guys that what they do on a daily basis, whether it shows up in the stat sheet or not, the way they conduct themselves, and it would be a quicker turnaround holding guys like Steve Blake. So I understand Kobe's frustration, but with that being said, this is a business, and you got to make tough decisions. And when you look at the Lakers, where they are right now, they did get quality from us, and Kent Bazemore and Marshawn Brooks, two guys that are young, that have the ability to score, and they're getting a free look at those guys. And I think they're going to stumble into guys that can be part of what they're trying to do moving forward.
Who gets the MVP vote right now?
I think it's awfully tough. It's a two-horse race between LeBron and Durant. The way that those guys are playing, in my opinion, they're two all-time greats already. When you think about what they've done this year, incredible years. I think it's going to boil down to the last 20-plus games of the season, how they go about finishing up the season, how their teams do. But you can't go wrong either way.
Okay, but nice try. If we were working on the NBA show, come on. I'm not going to let you get away with that. You're better than that.
Yeah, and I knew you wouldn't. I think probably 2.5, 3 weeks ago, Kevin Durant was the guy with LeBron right there. When you think about his numbers, almost shooting 60% from the field.
Crazy.
Incredible. I think LeBron has closed the gap to the point where it is truly a toss-up right now, and I don't think you can go wrong. And that's not me trying to bail out on the question. I just think the last 2.5, 3 weeks, the gap has been closed.
Who's tougher to coach against?
Wow. One guy gives us 50-something, the other guy gives us almost a triple-double and knocks down a one-legged off-balance fadeaway three that was contested.
How crushing is that? Okay, help me understand this. I don't want LeBron to have the ball, Mark. I don't want to single cover LeBron James. Why do the great players get the ball in the first place where they can beat you?
Well, it sounds easy. It sounds easy to try to eliminate them. But, whether you're talking about Jordan or Kobe or, Durant or LeBron, their size, their strength, their athletic ability, they're going to create an opening, create space to get the basketball, and then now you got to deal with them. And one thing that, in talking about, the Miami situation, they spread the floor with 4 shooters, and you're up 2, so you don't want to leave anybody wide open. And LeBron just happened to use his size, his strength, and he stated it himself. He didn't want to go into overtime, and he knocks down a big shot. But that's what the great ones do.
Reggie Miller said he could beat LeBron right now, three-point shooting.
I think we should drug test Reggie Miller. No, I'm joking. I agree with that.
Now, he did say, Reg said that earlier in my career, I could have beaten LeBron three-point shooting contest.
In whose career?
Me.
Come on, man. I witnessed you.
Oh, dude.
I handled you.
Dude, you did from the top of the key. But then Then all of a sudden, I sobered up, and then I started hitting threes.
I will say this: Reggie Miller will beat LeBron in three-point. But that's not saying anything.
Okay, what about Steph Curry? Steph Curry against Reggie Miller right now.
Man, you're talking about 2 all-time greats.
You got to pick.
These are great shooters. I haven't seen Reg shoot lately.
Reg. He's same size, same build.
Okay, put it like this. Knowing Reg, he has not shot a basketball probably since he played with me in my church on one men's night at the gym.
Wait. Reg played in your church league?
No. My church, we had a men's night. So I invited Reg. We was at a gym just playing pickup ball. And Reg showed up and tried to show out until I put the cuffs on him. I had to switch.
You leaned on him.
I told my deacon, move, I got him.
Did you ever play hoops with Ice Cube?
No, I did not.
But do you believe that triple-double nonsense?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
I just want to make sure.
I hope you don't believe it.
No, I like ice, but who keeps track of their stats playground basketball?
Nobody.
Exactly. Did we win?
Well, I won't say nobody. I think kids these days, like your kids come home from school, you're like, how did you do? I had, 12 points, and 15 assists, and 17. Like, come on, man. Nobody's counting.
Do you talk differently in a church league? Do you talk smack?
No, I talk the same way. I'm the same guy all the time. I think you got to enjoy yourself, enjoy life, and be the same. Therefore, you don't have to ever act.
You're at the Knicks tomorrow night.
Yes.
Why don't we have dinner?
I mean, I've been waiting for the.
Why didn't you ask me to come down and sit maybe front row? Maybe I could sit on the bench.
I don't underestimate being in the presence of greatness.
But I'll do it for you.
I understand, the call and what you've got to do, so I respect that.
But it's nothing wrong with asking. Is that an invite? It didn't sound like an invite. Is what that didn't sound like an invite.
You know what? We do have shoot around. You're more than welcome to have a rematch of our shootout.
What time?
And then there was crickets. There was
no. I wanted to know what time. I just said what time. I was going to say what time, Holmes. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, we're going to deal with it. We actually have shooting around at 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, that's convenient while I'm on the radio.
I knew that was going to happen.
I will go pregame and do that.
Oh, that sounds good.
Dude, I know you haven't shot.
No.
And you put on some LBs. I like my chances here.
Wow, shots fired.
And here's the thing. You don't go. I pick where we shoot the threes from.
You want to know this? You're not going to believe this. I'm collecting bodies of my players. Like they basically challenged me to shoot 3-pointers. I've beaten probably about 6 of them. I haven't gotten the Curry.
Who did you beat? Like Andrew Bogut?
No. I've beaten. My most recent guy was Andre Iguodala. I didn't want to do it because I'm trying to get him going, shooting.
You just took away his confidence.
He forced me to do it, So
I guarantee you shot the threes from the top of the key. I'm going to put you in a corner. Nobody puts Baby in a corner. I'm putting Mark Jackson in a corner to shoot threes.
For my future shootout people that call me out, I don't need you giving them free scouting.
I will take you down from the corner. You took me down from the top of the key. I will take you so down.
You don't just say we go to the corner. We got.
No, we do. I do. You said top of the key last time. Now you're going to deal with my rules in front of your hometown people, in front of the Knicks. I'm going to take you down.
I am a much improved shooter. I've worked on my corner jump shots since you put me on blast.
Hey, good to talk to you again.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
man. I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you, Mark. Mark Jackson, Golden State Warriors.